Welcome back, folks. We've done it again. Simply forgot to put my mic on, and it's also peaking in the red, which is a little much. Calm down. Apologies. Yep. I literally was like, do I write a sticky note to myself saying remember to unmute the mic? And I didn't. Um. Anyway, we fixed the iron farm. I'm unsure if it is working today. For reasons known only to itself. There we go, we've got some cats spawning. And then I put it in a little house. Hello, security system, how are you? I just got my sound on. Things are going well, except for the fact that my fixed iron farm is again not spawning golems. And it was spawning plenty the other day. Interesting. We're gonna have a look around. See if there's any loose iron men. Doesn't appear to be. Does it maybe just need to wait again? Yeah, the iron farm works. Oh, okay. I'm being hit by the horrible man. I got too close. That's on me. Threw a bunch more men down the hole, which seemed to make the iron farm work. Now I'm not sure why it stopped working again, or if I just need to give it a minute. One day I'll come up with a better entry for getting down there. That's one thing I did off screen because I got carried away. Basically, I got carried away. I was just gonna fix the iron farm, and the next thing I know, it has a little shed around it. Please work. Maybe I just leave it for a bit. It's definitely been working, as you can see by the couple of stacks of iron that are in there. Why am I tested in this way? I'm glad you like the little shed, so I can hide my crimes. The other thing that we've done, ignore the shameful iron farm, is I'm trying desperately to figure out how to build the roof of the entryway to the castle. And I've redone it about 4 times. I did it off screen because I knew I needed to like focus without trying to talk, to no avail. So I guess I will remove the roof again, and we can, I don't know, we'll figure something out. I also have changed on this side, I've changed what I guess the front entryway part of the castle looks like, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. I just feel like it gave the look that I wanted more. Anyway, that was a whole lot of talking about nothing. Things are certainly happening, is one way that we could explain what's occurred. Things are certainly occurring. I can eat some bread about it. Okay. I'm glad you enjoy the updates. Particularly because yesterday I was like, I'll get on after work and I'll stream and it'll be cute. And I finished work and I was like, I cannot face another human being. I can't talk. So I just tried to work on things, and I like the new front of the building. I think bringing it a few blocks forward has helped. I still don't know what to do about the roof. So maybe my original plan was to do one side of the entry, like this bit here, and then do the roof and then copy it on the other side. But I think I'm just going to do both sides. So at least I feel alive. I feel like I've achieved something. But also night is about to fall. Oh, what else did I do? I put some lighting up in the storage room, so we'll go check that out later. Even today, I'm struggling a little bit with the whole, like, not existence, but just like, it's like I want to chat to people, but also I don't know how good I'll be at it. Because I drove over 100 kilometers today for work, which is always Always a fun way to spend one's day, driving 100 kilometers, and only being able to charge for half of that. So, or only half of it counting towards my KPIs, which I have to meet. Okay, so basically, now that I've had a whinge, I need to bring this wall here out 3 blocks. I think, yeah, out 3 blocks. So I'm basically just, okay, that's annoying. Immediately we run into trouble. Okay, cool. I need to bring it forward 3 blocks, 1 column of which does not need to go that much higher. This one we're going to go all the way to the roof. To the roof? To the ceiling? To the top? I don't know. Let's get rid of this. That's in my way. Be gone. 2, 3. Then let's go. Then I can use this wall here to get down without falling to my death. Yeah, there is a mysterious green line. It is the green screen from my rat PNG. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it isn't. I don't know how to make it go away. And after the rat kerfuffle last stream, I'm afraid to touch anything. Just pretend it's for measuring. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. It's just there. Sometimes, wait, I only need to go 2 forward. She's part of the rat, exactly. It's a very thin hovering hat. Okay, I've immediately got my own maths wrong. I only need to add 1 extra section. And then, how wide did I make it at the front? This is my incredible planning. 3, okay. Easy. So I'm basically just extending the front bit out because I think that'll make it look better. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. There's like no forward planning has gone into this whatsoever. But I'm excited to see what happens. Anyways, what's been happening? What's been happening? Literally, like, my life is very boring at the moment. I'm just working. Just working and building shit in Minecraft. That's the dream of adulthood. What more could a girl want? So much more. Like, not that I'm complaining about my life. It's just like, boring is better than hellish and terrible. You're so right. Things are just, they're just pottering along, I guess. You know, sometimes things potter along. Had to do a school observation today, which is extremely exhausting for me. Well, for anyone, I imagine, but considering pediatrics is not my jam, having to do a preschool observation is even less my jam. It was fine. Like, it was fine. It's just my job. It's just not my most favorite thing to do in my job. Because I have to sit in a pre-primary classroom, which is a sensory nightmare. It's a sensory nightmare. That's all I have to say on that. Yeah, I don't know how preschool teachers do it. I genuinely, like, part of my job as a behavioral analyst, behavioral scientist, is just observing people in their environments, whatever they happen to be doing. And that means that today I got to hang out in a classroom to see how a kid interacts. And then write notes about it. And then drive a whole hour home. Whoops. Okay. And it was fine. It was fine. Have I done that right? Yes, I have. Incredible. First time's a charm. One of my friends is a primary school EA. And I don't know how she does it. Like, there's definitely elements of her job that seem really fun. Like, you get to do crafts, which I love. I love doing crafts. I'm good at relating to the children because I play Minecraft, so they think I'm super cool. But I don't think I could sit in a room full of children all day and not become something or someone horrible. Like, I think it would break me fundamentally. Okay, I've sorted that bit out. Yes, have I? Have I done that correctly? I love kids but could not work with them full time. I like some kids. Which sounds, I don't know. I don't get plucky over children. I was never that person. Some of my friends have kids, and my opinion on the child is entirely dependent on the child's personality. Like, if your kid's a little shit, not interested in friendship. I will never, like, mistreat a child or anything, but there are some that I get along with, and others I'm like, okay. Cool. People are like, oh my god, you make such a good mom. Do you want to babysit my child? I'm like, no, your child is annoying and not funny. I would never say that, but I feel it in my heart of hearts. Okay, I've immediately messed up my system. But kids can be really fun. I loved working at the pediatric hospital, which I did for like 2 years. That was fun. Mostly because I like working in emergency medicine. And kids are more fun in an emergency department generally than adults. Adults tend to be very grumpy. I say, I'm judging people that are like often in pain or confused or scared for being too grumpy. As if I am not also too grumpy when I'm in an emergency department, but if I worked in childcare, I'd become burnt out in 2 days, but if I worked in food service, I'd become a joker. Oh my god. Yeah, food service, I could not get out of that quick enough. I worked as a waitress slash like a kitchen hand in my hometown as a teenager. It was my first job, and I only worked during the school holidays and like bank holidays. And I hated every minute of it, but I liked having money. And I wasn't allowed to work. My dad wouldn't let me get an after school job. So I tolerated it, but I would, oh my god, it would take so much to get me to start working in hospitality. Again, I'd have to be pretty damn desperate. Because at least I feel like when I work in healthcare, like, people are shitty all the time. And people are shitty to practitioners and providers all the time. Like, but a lot, just like rude or demanding or whatever. But at least a lot of the time I can make excuses for people that treat me shitty at work. Or I'm like, well, you know, you've got a lot going on in your life, you're sick, or you're like struggling with a healthcare system that's really hard to understand. I can understand, I get why you're frustrated, and I am the face of that frustration, even if it's not my fault. Like, you can't go and yell at the Minister for Health, but you can yell at me. So I don't like it, but I get it. In food service, hospitality, I'm like, why would you be a bitch? Why would you be horrible to this poor waitress? Why would you take out all of life's woes on this often underpaid, overstressed student Like, why would you do that? You don't have an excuse. You're just a bad person. Being a waitress sounds like a bad experience just generally. Yeah. Some people love it. I despised it. I liked getting to meet people. I met some interesting people, but it was just constant anxiety for me. So I'd often volunteer to work in the scullery with the dishes, which is like incredibly weird for anyone that knows me because I hate washing dishes. I hate touching other people's food. Ugh, yuck. But it did mean that I got to be in the scullery by myself with the dishwasher for hours on end when I would work during like the music festival. And I would sing to myself because no one could hear me, and I mostly sang songs from Les Mis, as if I was Cosette or a starving French orphan. I was not, but the vibe was all there. I love Les Mis. Les Mis is so good, and when did the film come out? The film came out, I think, when I was in year 11, maybe? So my second last year of school. And that made it so much more accessible. Living in Western Australia means that we get like no theatre, really. And I was obsessed with it. I actually got to see it when it came to Perth for my 14th birthday, my 18th birthday. And I was definitely on a musical theatre kick at that point in my life. I actually auditioned for theatre school. I did theatre school not through my dream university because it is an extremely difficult university, extremely competitive university to get in, but I did do a year of film and theatre school. And it was really fun. And Les Mis was a big part of that. Really, like that was I always liked music and theatre and musical theatre to a degree, but I think Les Mis really spoke to me. I don't know why. When did I get it? I must have got obsessed with it towards the end of year 10 because one of my assignments in year 11 English, we had to write, we were doing like war poetry was our topic. So we had to pick a conflict that we would write horrendous poetry for. It was horrendous because we were all like 16 years old. And I couldn't decide between the Troubles in Ireland and the French Revolution. And I ended up going with the French Revolution because of Les Mis. So I wrote a poem from the perspective of the guillotine, which I think is still one of the best things I've ever written. So it must have been when I was in year 10 that the Les Mis insanity kicked off for me. Little Shop of Horrors is the first musical to ever catch me. Now, I haven't seen Little Shop of Horrors. I've heard some songs from it, but I haven't ever got into it. But I probably should. But do I need to restart my musical theatre addiction again? Because my brother will hate me. My brother lives with me and has to put up with whatever music I'm into. I'm just lucky that Hamilton either hadn't come out or wasn't particularly, like, hadn't quite made it yet when I was in high school, because I would have been absolutely insufferable. Instead, I was only a little bit insufferable. Anyway, we've run out of stone, baby. We need to go get some stone. Hey, bud. You look sad. Hi. It's my boy, little shit. Did I cook more stone? I did not. Oh, I did. Well, I guess I'll go chop some more. Yeah, everyone say hi, little shit. Her little shit. What? Okay, sentences. Little shit was named by a guy named Kevin. I believe he demanded I either kill a villager or name it little shit. So here we are. Okay, I'm gonna chop some stone. Gotta keep the stone mine. The stone. I don't know, man. I don't know. The stone economy. That's nothing. No, okay, stop it. Economy is nothing. I just need an awful lot of stone to build the thing. Heard a noise. I just need an awful lot of stone to build the things what I intend to build, so sometimes we have to commit to the stone mongering. Shall mung some stone and think of England. This is a Herobrine-free world, I promise you that. He's not allowed here. I told him personally. Stonemonger moments, exactly. I may be the queen and a rat, but also sometimes I've got to mung my stone. My stone requires munging. I like to break pickaxes. That's like a tangible goal for me. So I'm like, I'll break a pickaxe. Obviously not if I'm using diamond, but if I'm using an iron pickaxe, like I'll break the pickaxe, then we can consider it that's enough stone munged. I need little goals like that, both in my Minecraft life and my real life, to force me to do anything. I also realize I've probably picked like the worst time, not in my life, but in the year, I suppose, for me to start streaming a little bit. Well, streaming at all, really. Because I have a few like online friends that I think would probably like be fun to hang out with on stream. However, it's Lent, and for Lent every year, or the last 2 years, I delete all my social media apps. So I have no way of sharing with any of my online friends that I'm wasting time in Minecraft now in coming to a screen near you. And I realized this pretty much immediately as I started thinking like, oh, I should start streaming. I always talk to myself whilst I play Minecraft. I may as well broadcast that so I look less insane somehow. So that's just my thoughts on Lent. When is Lent over? I believe Lent is 40 days. I don't exactly. I think it's been a bit of a weird kind of not catastrophic, just kind of messy start to the year for me. It ends on Easter, which I believe is in the end of April this year. I simply haven't checked. I just know that I'll be told, because my priest will be like, and we're having Easter Mass at this time. And I'll be like, oh, cool, Lent ends then. No, Easter moves, which is what makes it confusing. It's the second Sunday of Lent. It was just the second Sunday of Lent. And I think there's 4 Sundays in Lent. I should know this. I don't, but Easter moves. It's based vaguely on a certain number of weeks after the end of Advent. And Advent ended on the 6th of January. So I think it's like 40 days from then. Approximately. Oh, no, because it can't be exactly 40 days. Because Easter moves. I don't know. I'm not very good at practicing. I turned up an hour late to Ash Wednesday also. So that's how things are going. It's so complicated. It's so complicated. Next Sunday is Mothering Sunday, if that's anything. I only know this because my priest would not shut up about how he gets to wear his pink vestments and how good he looks in pink vestments. So Mothering Sunday, which is different to Mother's Day, is this Sunday coming. And that's... My priest is an icon. I love him to bits. I'm Anglo-Catholic, so like High Anglican essentially, High Church of England. I believe in America it's Episcopalian. And I go to an affirming parish, so we have Pride Mass every Sunday evening, which has been going since the 80s. And basically you can just come to Mass. And we don't care that you're gay. Like, we care that you're gay. But you can bring your partner, you can talk about being queer as much as you like, or you can just go to Mass and enjoy it. And, like, practice in a way that's safe and comfortable for you individually. My priest has been doing commitment ceremonies since at least the 80s as well for queer couples, because we only got the right to marry in Australia a few years ago. I believe it was 2015. I don't know, I was just old enough to vote in the referendum for it. But prior to that was doing like commitment ceremonies, which was the closest thing you could get to getting married in Australia at that point. My priest is actually straight. He refers to himself as spiritually a lesbian. And from anyone else would be like, that's a weird thing to say. But like, nah, he is. It's just a really good parish. I'm really happy there. Obviously, like, right? I was making fun of him. One of my friends, in his 60s is gay, and he's on the parish council. And then one of our deacons is also gay, and I'm queer as well. And we were all kind of like just chatting after Mass. And the three of us were kind of like, oh, we're gay, but the priest is straight. I made a joke about it, and I was like, all right, straight man. He's like, no, spiritually, I'm a lesbian. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. So we bully our priest for being straight, basically. I don't know how we got here, but I don't know. I know that religion is not for everyone. And I definitely have taken several breaks from practicing in my life. Respectfully, what in the world does that mean? Exactly, right? Right? You just kind of accept it. And because he backs it up with the amount of work that he has done for the queer community in Western Australia, I allow it. It's not something he'd say from the pulpit, I guess, but yeah, it's good. I love my parish. Honorary lesbian, that's exactly it. He is an honorary lesbian. I'll allow it. As the queen of lesbians. Self-appointed, of course. But anyway, I don't know, have fun there. It's nice to be able to practice a religion that I was brought up in and that means a lot to me in a way that I don't have to keep who I am and who I love hidden. It's just like normal. We actually just had a new deacon start, I guess. Yeah, start on Sunday was her first time being there, and so we now have a female lesbian, a lesbian deacon, which is cool. So I'm excited to get to know her. Life is interesting and good. there are good people out there, which sometimes we need reminding of. And by we, I mean me. What was I doing? I was building a pickaxe. It is really awesome. I'm very grateful for it. And I wish there were more options available. I went to an Episcopalian church recently. It was so chill and nice there. Episcopalians are basically not lesbian. Episcopalians are basically lesbians. You heard it here first, folks. No, Episcopalians are basically Church of England, but obviously in America, you don't want anything to do with England for, you know, reasonable reasons, understandable reasons. So there are some slight differences, but they tend to be pretty chill. There's quite a few that I like follow on social media that seem really cool that I would like to visit was I ever to come to the United States. Anglicans tend to also be pretty chill, but it really depends on the individual parish. At least in Western Australia or in Australia, there's a lot of drama at the moment where a bunch of bigots are like, you know, being horrible about queer people as they do, despite the fact the church has ruled that that you can be queer and get married in the church, and you can be queer and be a priest. There are still some people at the moment that are being stubborn about it. But for all of that, for all those people, there's plenty that are actually living the way that the gospel tells you to. Which is a surprisingly difficult concept for a lot of Christians to get. Anyway, welcome to religion talk. I just find it super interesting. I find the, like, I guess the history of the church super interesting, and it's why I love the Anglican Church, because they're very very well educated to be a priest. There's a whole process, but they're also a lot more willing to approach like the gospel or approach the testaments from a very analytical kind of perspective, which I enjoy because I'm a huge nerd. I want to argue about if there is even a physical hell. I want to argue about the validity of certain accounts. I want to argue about it. I want to know, which I can't because it's impossible to know everything, but I want to be able to talk about it and like figure it out. People always hate us for one reason or another, but I'm happy there's so much support available. Exactly. I found, particularly with, I follow US politics pretty closely, as I'm sure many people do, and I found it hard to feel hopeful because of the things that I've been seeing. So it is good to be reminded, I think, that even though there are still horrible people in charge and people saying all sorts of things, that there is also still a lot of good, and that we get to be part of that good if we so choose. And now my iron farm's broken, so it turns out all of that is bullshit and nothing matters. Where are my boys? Where are the iron guys? It was humming along perfectly yesterday, and today, nothing. Iron farm broken equals world is doomed. Exactly. I was relying on this. It was working so well. Okay, we're leaving it. It doesn't matter. We've got a castle to build. Wow, 2 bot. No, just 1 bot. I guess I'll delete a bot. Which I have to do from my phone, because God knows why. I don't know how to do that. By a minute ago, I mean like 3 days ago, I was able to, oh, there we go. I was able to delete messages from my screen, from my streaming screen, I guess. And then all of a sudden I wasn't. And now I have to do it from my phone, which is fine if I could remember how to use it, I guess. Why are all these cats about but no god? Okay, we're focusing not on the absence of golems. Why does everything break for me? I don't know. I genuinely don't know at this point. It feels personal. I've angered the gods. Probably for being queer. That's probably what's happening. It's not that. I've done much worse things. Right. I have to get rid of this horrible roof because it's not working for me. So I guess that's what we're doing now. And hopefully, if I put my heart into it, I can make it look not terrible. I'm almost tempted to get rid of this whole middle section that I put in originally as well, and I think that will give me fresh eyes. I'm also kind of bored of doing this, because I was thinking I might start building the keep shortly as well, because the keep will be slightly inside the walls, probably back there somewhere, and I've become excited by the concept of that. But I also need to finish a project. I'm so bummed about that iron farm. Things were going so well. The iron farm has caused me nothing but despair. And some iron occasionally when it does work, but maybe if I put an iron boy in it, that'll encourage it. I just saw pumpkins and was like, I could make an iron golem, but that would take so many iron ingots that if it doesn't work. The iron farm is an antagonist. The iron farm is its own character at this point. Who needs the wither when Rat Baby has an iron farm? The wither will be nothing compared to this stupid iron farm. The worst thing is, if I was playing in Bedrock, I can build iron farms like no one's business. But because I've done Java, and Minecraft is insane as a platform, as a system, as a game, whatever you want to call it, it's different. Like, quite different also. Okay, let's get rid of that. Night is falling once again. And all I've done is remove things. I played Bedrock maybe twice, was so confused as a long-time Java player. Right? Like, why is it so different? It's wildly different. Like, all of the mechanics work in a completely different way, and that doesn't make sense. It's the same game, and I understand, like, yes, Java and whatever Bedrock's built on are different ways of doing computing. There we go, I know what I'm talking about. But, like, I don't know. It seems weird. Seems weird. Okay, let's go. Let's go have a look at the naked castle now and see what we can do. Let's also collect all of these blocks because we're not made of money. Okay, whoops. Well, that's... Maybe I don't want a roof. And I know that sounds like the words of someone who's been defeated by trying to make a roof. But honestly, let's get one of our many reference images up. Maybe I don't want a roof. Controversial, no roof. Yeah, you know what? You know what? We're going like Battle Abbey. We're going roofless. Yeah, the White Tower doesn't have a roof. It was just the original image that I looked at, which is useful because it is a good layout. I don't need a roof. Get screwed, roof. No thank you, sir. Not today. So I've just got to make those turrets higher. And then I think we're back. I think we're back. I think that's what we need. Some slightly higher turrets. No one needs a roof. Exactly. We don't need a roof. Nah. Who said we need a roof? A fool? Only a fool would say something like that. Now, how much taller am I going to make these towers? Let me go see. I think I'm still close enough for my stone to be cooking. I certainly hope so. My frame rates are all over the shop today. So I'm trying desperately not to smack the stem of my wine glass into my microphone. But I imagine that will happen at some point. Based on who I am as a person. I've done it again. I've forgotten that I've extended the fence. Oh yeah, we put some lights in. We put some lamps in. Also boxes. Hey bud. Hey sir. Oh yeah. Also, I don't know what's happening with my voice. I can't tell if I'm getting sick or if I just have a stuffy nose because of hay fever. I'm thinking it's hay fever, but I'm not enjoying it. Are you a fancy wine kind of person? Normally, yes. However, this week financially, this pay run financially has been a bit of a shit show on account of so many things. So I am drinking Aldi wine tonight, and it's not good. It's not good. Like, it's fine. It's whatever, but tis not what I'd normally go for. I'm not, like, super fancy wine either. Unless someone else is paying for it, in which case, yes, please. But I'm like, I generally wouldn't drink a bottle under like $25, $30. Which is like not posh, but it's also not like bottom of the shelf, you know? I don't know. Booze is booze at the end of the day. But I do like wine. Which is a wild thing to say on stream. Big wine fan here. Okay. How much taller do I need to make this? Alcohol serves one purpose, no matter what alcohol it is, I suppose. Exactly. I never got into wine. I really hate bitter and sour tastes. Understandable. I don't like sweets particularly. Like I also drink a lot of gin and tonic. If I go out somewhere, I'll generally get gin and tonic. Because I don't like sweets. I did not have I did not have a cruiser until I was 18, which I think is similar to White Claw. I've never had White Claw, but it's that kind of like sugary, vodka-y stuff. I don't know. Abomination. Apparently I've got some strong thoughts on that. I didn't have that till I was 18, and I had been drinking for several years at that point. And I've had only one in my entire life. I'm not drinking anything if it's not alcohol, if it's not sweet. Fair. I know people like that. I am simply not. I don't drink much beer, but that's more because my body does not digest it very well. So it makes me feel like sick. But I don't mind Guinness occasionally. I have some Guinness. It's a great topic of conversation as I build my castle. What sort of wine will I drink in my castle? Probably white wine. Again, my body prefers white wine. Big fan of Pinot Grigio. I don't know, I can't read, I'm dyslexic. Okie dokie. Let's jump down and see how this one looks. Like, does it look... Oh, we made it to the water. Does it look high enough? Dyslexia solidarity. Amen. Amen. Spelling is for rubes. I almost think I need to take that a line of bricks, one row of bricks off the top. Because I don't want the towers too much higher. But I also feel like that middle section is too high. Don't know how to explain that other than let's just see what it looks like. I'm also leaving dirt pillars everywhere. That's fine, I got rid of some of it. I should really make some steps. I'm doing this the least efficient way. Okay, let's eat some bread also. And we could finally use the pickaxe we made about 3 years ago. Oh, good. I have to stand right here to remove this line. Oh my god. We're trusting the process. We are. No, it's true. We are 100% trusting the process. Currently, this is just a lot of stone bricks. And that's nothing to write home about. But eventually, okay, I guess I just won't have that one. Come to my arms, my beamish boy. There we go, we got it. No, we're trusting the process that somehow this hunk of wall will eventually look glorious and worthy of a rat queen. Yeah, I think dropping that down by a block. I think that's what it needed. Maybe even another block. It's gonna be amazing. I hope so. I'm devoting a lot of time to this. I'd say as if I have not sunk 2,000 hours into Minecraft already. What? The fuck? Huh? Did you just see that? I can't believe my $9 mouse is occasionally wigging out. Who would have thought? I think sometimes the mouse cord is getting snagged on the 700 other cords. You spin me around. Exactly. Sometimes you just gotta spin right round, baby. Right round. I simply cannot sing on stream. It seems to be like something in my brain. Even if it would be a good bit. My brain is like, no, can't do that. Weird. I'm almost thinking I get rid of this. We take some step. That's not a step. And then we go like this. And then we've got some kind of turrets. It's just some little ones. More decorative than anything. And we see how that looks. Because it may look a little bit off. Fuck. Okay, I guess that's a sign. I tried to type theatre and fully typed leather instead. Hey, it's just similar letters, right? Leather theatre? Yeah, it's the same letters. The same word, basically. I would have been great in the Tudor era because there was no set spelling. You just kind of went with your heart. Anne Boleyn spelled her own last name different ways across multiple documents, and they're all authentic. Like, I would have thrived. No one telling me, no one sending me home from school in year 12 spelling lists. Like, no, I'm just being creative. I had an education assessment done when I was probably like, who knows? I think I would have been about 6 or 7. Because my mum was convinced that the fact I couldn't spell was because I was being a little bitch about it. Which was not the case. But I think she was hoping that this, like, education assessment be like, yeah, you're just being lazy. Like, pull yourself together, woman. Read. And, believe it or not, I tried my best, and I still misspelt the word bell. I misspelled others, but bell stuck out to me because my mum was absolutely horrified. And so embarrassed of me. I was like, what? I did my best. You wanted me to spell, and I did, and it turns out I was wrong this time. And then it still took another like 8 years before I was officially diagnosed with dyslexia because my mom was still convinced I was just being lazy about it. So take that, rat mum. I have a learning disability. I'm not lazy. I am lazy. But that's different. That's a character flaw, not a disability. Oh my god, I currently feel like I'm being stabbed in the shoulder blades. Oh my god. Another unable handmaiden. That's fun. That's a fun name. It's a shame you're a bot, sir. Give me just a second when my chat reloads. When my chat decides to reload on my phone, we can delete it. Everyone wants my money. Exactly. I haven't got any of that. Also, that message is just not showing up. Literally, when I look on the chat on my phone, I have a message from security system saying, why does everything break for you? And then nothing until, OMG, you're so popular, everyone wants your money. There's like several messages in between that. So I don't know what that's about. Frankly, I'm exhausted. I guess the bot's just there. The bot's one of us now. Welcome to the fam. Again, everything broken. Like, what do I do to deserve this? So much, probably, like. I don't know, man. I don't know. Lord. Okay, I need more fence. And by fence, I mean wall. Jesus Christ. Delicious drink of wine. You're signing this bot pronouns and a personality. The bot is now part of the gang. The bot is one of us. The bot belongs in the Rat Kingdom. If he sounded angry. Are you angry? No. For once. Right, what were we doing? I need to make several more walls. I'm glad to see that the bot has been accepted into our community. That's the best thing about the Rat Pack. Hell yeah, the Rat Kingdom. Everyone is welcome, even if you're not real. Everyone is welcome, amen. Unless you're nasty. And by nasty, I mean like a bad person. Anyway, we're building a castle. And I've lost the plot. Because I'm tired. Part of my brain is... Jesus Christ, please don't fall again. Part of my brain is like, so exciting. I don't have to work. Go walk forward, you fool. Anyway, excuse me. Part of me is excited because I don't have work tomorrow. So I'm like, I can stay up late and play for several hours. But I also don't know if it's a good thing for me to remain online just throwing words out into the void late. Like, we're struggling at this point to finish a basic sentence. What am I gonna be like at 10 p.m? Okay, let's take a zoom out. Is this lower? This feels lower on this side. Why have I forgotten how to play the game? There we go, we're all good, we're all good. Only one way to find out. Exactly. I'm gonna build... I'm not gonna press escape. That's not what I wanted to do. Excuse me. There we go. Thank you. I like to think that the game is listening to me when I'm polite to it. Okay. Can we make the water? Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah. Okay, I think we got that at the same height. One out, there we go. Oh, perfect, my instincts were correct. For once. Okay, I like that. It's starting to come together. I think, yes, I think not going for the roof has actually helped. I might keep the roof along the curtain wall. Because you'd want that bit to be covered, you know, so that arrows, etc. can't get in. But... And I think I'm gonna put a roof, or a pointed roof on the smaller tower here. But... that's certainly something. Like, that's not nothing. If I came across this in the wild, I would think castle-ish. Start of a castle. No, okay, stop smashing words together to see if anything comes out, because very rarely does. Delicious. Oh my god, do you reckon my shade is gonna work? I think I've given the game long enough to warm up, which I don't think is actually anything scientific. I love how logically you're thinking about the build. It makes me feel validated because I also do that too. Oh, I'm not here for fun. I'm here for historical accuracy. I like to take things that are, you know, fun, enjoyable activities and turn them into something exhausting and stressful. Let's see if my shaders work. They sometimes do. We'll see how we go. Okay, it's not looking great on account of the screen just froze. Okay. I enjoy taking things a bit too seriously sometimes. Yeah, someone's got to do it. Someone has to take a game and turn it into a history project. Okay. The frames aren't looking great. I'm hoping that will change with a second of warming up. Sometimes that works. But it looks nice with the shaders on. Maybe it's because I started the shaders near the water. Or maybe the shaders are just not going to run today. I think it may be a shaderless day today, which is a shame. The shaders are so pretty, but they're selective about when they decide to keep the frame rate up on anything even slightly useful. Farewell shaders, exactly. Maybe later. Maybe later. I also need to try some different shaders. I've only tried one shader set, the Silda's ones, so far. I have the ultra fast ones and I don't like how they look. So, and they made no difference to frame rates. So I need to have a look. I need to find some other shaders. Have a fiddle, find something interesting. What was I doing before I got horrendously distracted? Castle. Cool. Huh. So what I will eventually do is extend these walls all the way around the village so that the whole village becomes part of the castle. And then I'll start building the internal structure. And I think I want to do a keep. Probably somewhere like here. But that will be within the castle walls rather than being part of the castle walls, if that makes sense. You know, so the invading forces would have to break through first, like the double layer of castle wall and then the keep wall. And that's not going to happen because hope is a thing with feathers. I tried a shader recently that made the sun like so blindingly bright that it washed out the whole game. Desert Simulator. It's giving you the true lost in the desert, about to die of thirst experience, which arguably is not one that people go for, but you know, you never know. It's just straight up not nighttime. Stop trying to sleep. California Simulator. Yeah. Yep, or Western Australia in Summer Simulator also. It's just... Actually, I was walking to the classrooms today, and in Australia, most of our schools are like outside. I mean, they're not, but we don't have like school halls or anything like that. So you go between classrooms, sometimes in an undercover area, sometimes you just walk across the outside. You walk across the lawn or whatever. And I was being led out by the principal who was taking me to the classroom that I was observing. And she was like, I'm just gonna grab my sunglasses. I was like, okay. We're going outside for like 5 minutes. Anyway, I had to spend the entire conversation squinting at her because it was so goddamn bright. That's less of a good story than I thought it was going to be, but here we are. Rightio. I don't really know what to do now. I think I need to buckle down and start putting some floors into the castle. I always forget sunglasses are unnecessary. Yeah, right? And even when I'm driving, I should be wearing sunglasses more often. But I don't know. It's like, I think of them as more of a fashion statement, I think, which is foolish of me. They serve a purpose. The worst, not the worst thing is, the problem is my sunglasses, I got sunglasses when I got my new glasses prescription. So they are prescription lens sunglasses, but I wear contact lenses pretty much all the time. So I only ever really use my sunglasses, like my good expensive pair, when I can't be bothered to wear contact lenses, which is generally only when I'm just popping out to the shops for like a couple of minutes and we'll spend the rest of the day inside doing nothing. Another incredibly relatable and thrilling story. I'm good at streaming actually. Very specific, like late 20s, trying to find your way in the world, but also kind of can't be bothered content. I don't know. Okay, so I need to add another floor in, and I'm not sure what I want to do about the floors in here. We've got this tower. This is stressful, actually. I think I want a slightly higher level. Okay, I have a plan, kind of. Do we go for the historically accurate murder holes? Yes. Maybe we put some murder holes in, just for spice. So murder holes are essentially, they do what they say on the tin. They murder people. Basically, if invading forces have managed to get across the bridge, through the, like, over the drawbridge, through the portcullis, the first portcullis, then the defendants can sit up here and can pour boiling oil and or lard or water, whatever, through the murder holes onto the invading army. They get horrifically burnt. It's just another, what's the word? Obstacle. So I think if I have these murder holes like this, yeah, listen, it is what you could call a medieval security system. See, that was a joke. That was a, okay. So what I'm thinking now is I have these murder holes. It sounds excruciating. Oh yeah, I try not to think about it too hard because every time I do, yike. But also, it's a thing. Heaver Castle has them, a bunch of castles have them. And it makes sense. Like, if you don't have any other weapon and people are about to get to you, it's your last line of defense, essentially. So what I'm going to do is make up the second layer of the floor here. Because you'd generally have like a trap. Oh, okay, good job. You generally have like a trapdoor covering. Because obviously you want to be able to walk across this on a day-to-day basis. Generally, you're not chucking oil down at visitors. You need to just be able to walk across. You just need to be able to walk across without falling through to the lower level. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to fill this in with wood. And then I should have grabbed some trapdoors, but I simply only just thought of this. And then this will be like the level. That's obviously lower, so I'll probably do some steps up. I want to have a little bit more space on each side of the portcullis. I'm not building a functioning portcullis, at least not at this point, because the redstone terrifies me. But I want to put like the mechanics, what would look like the mechanics for a portcullis. Okay. Murder holes complete. I may grab Okay, you can go. Slabs in here, maybe? Is that gonna work? No, because they are bottom slabs, top slabs. Yeah, okay. You know what? The gap is fine, actually. Wait. Now I'm confused. Newsflash. Okay, yeah, those are top slabs. Don't mind me, just... I don't like using bottom slabs for flooring because then I can't place things on them, and that is very frustrating. Let's go get some trapdoors, baby. It's trapdoor time. It's time for some trapdoors. I'm out of wine. Sad day. Ooh. Wood. I've had another idea. Hold on. I've had another idea for what could make this, because the other thing I was thinking of was grate, but there's not really an option for grate in Minecraft. Minecraft doesn't have grate. I mean, it does kind of now, I guess. It has like the copper grate, but that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is, where'd all my charcoal go? And then I need some log. That'll do. And some stick. Let's make... Okay, I only get 3 of them. What am I missing to make it? I need more log. We need more log, baby. It's log time. A thing that is totally normal and regular to say. Okay, we don't need 20. We need 6, if my estimations are correct. Maybe I make 8, so I'm not annoyed when I run out. Log time is my favorite time of the day. Amen. Every day is log day. Again, what does that mean? Stop just saying words. You don't just have to say words. There's no need. You can not say words sometimes. And that's fine. Okay, we have heaps of spruce trapdoors also. I have a cunning plan. Just took a break to scratch my nose and ran into a lava pot. I also would love some wine. But that will come in a moment. We'll take a brief recess so that I can... It doesn't need to mean anything to be funny though. I don't need that kind of encouragement. Hello, sir. Fuck off. Politely. Okay, you're in my way. Thank you. Okay. What about this? I already... That's not what I wanted. Will it let me place it? It's not gonna let me place it where I wanted it. Is that right? Is that anything? Is that anything? The blower one I don't want. You can go away, sir. Yeah, the fact you don't get the campfire back when you break it is bullshit. I swear there's a way you can do it that isn't just... Okay. No, that's not the look I was going for. That's fine. It's fine. I wanted it to look different. And it didn't. That's fine. Sometimes we have ideas. Okay, learn to climb. Please, for the love of God, learn to climb. You've been playing this game for longer than some people have been alive, and they go to school now. Okay. Let's go. Okay, let's not press escape. That's precisely what I didn't want to do. There we go. We've got some trap doors over the murder holes so we don't fall in. That first one is the wrong way. And again, it's the wrong way because of how I'm placing it. It's alright, I needed campfires anyway for another idea I had. Murder hole's complete. I'm gonna jump down through a murder hole. Surprise, it's me. What if I went... No. Forget it. That's nothing. What if I went... Nothing. What if I went... Nothing. Okay, yep, that's nothing. Pouring live rats through the murder hole. It's me! I'm the live rat pouring through the murder hole. Get murdered, baby! Respectfully. Cool. Quick nap. I'm gonna check on the iron farm. Because I can't wait to feel sad again. Do I? No. Thinking out loud. Respectfully get murdered. Me as I jump on you through the murder hole and break my own legs. My knees were not made for this level of murder. Please work. All I'm asking is for you to work. You worked the other day. What's changed? Like, if I knew what changed, I could fix it. But nothing's changed. You're the same. My knees were not made for anything. My knees were made to be... They were made to click from time to time. Often in inopportune moments. Okay. Speaking of... How many boys are in there now? There's still... Stop hitting me, sir! I'm trying to count my boys. There's still plenty of boys. I don't know what's changed. 1, 2... Are they not looking at him anymore? But that shouldn't make a difference. There's enough boys there. Stop hitting me! I'm trying to count! Sorry, that came from a place within me that... Look, you've looked at him. Are you afraid? Do you fear? Do you feel fear? Feel fear! Call a golem! Please! I experience fear every day of my life, and there's not even a zombie in a boat in my home. Granted, I can't summon an iron golem, and a lot of my problems would probably be solved if I could. So, help me out here. Do fear, please! I put you in this hole to be afraid, and yet, it's me who's suffering. Is this punishment for my sins? We should all be able to summon one iron golem every day. Honestly, yes. Sometimes, like even today, driving to the appointment this morning, the first hour there, I was struggling to stay awake. I actually had to pull over and buy an energy drink. And having an iron golem that I could summon to, like, have his golem take the wheel moment would have made things easier. I could have had a quick nap. Got things done. Bon appetit. Are these boys ruining the farm? I don't really want to massacre more boys. It's not a good look if I keep massacring my son. Because these sons are all ones that I bred for my service. And if I kill them now, like, that's something you just have a person do? Yeah, but I don't have a person that I can just summon. Is it a bad look if I kill the boys? Yes. How bad a look is the next question. Because I might kill the boys and it might not be different. It might not make a difference. And I know it's not the little beautiful house that I've made around it. Because it worked yesterday. Perfectly fine. And now, the moment that I'm like, I can't wait to show Twitch the beautiful little house that I've made. Nothing. What if I go down here again and just say hi? What if I do that? I can't. Where are the boys? Am I ready to live with the weight of your sins if you kill a boy? No. I'm not. However, maybe? Okay, interesting. I don't know where the boys are. I know they're underground. Maybe they're this way? Boys! Oh, boys! I'm trying to drop in. I thought I wouldn't have to do this again. Boys! Haha. Boy Town. No. Not Boy Town. Just dirt. I don't know where the boys are. Interesting. I've lost the boys. I used to be able to dig down and find the boys. I no longer recall where I started digging. I don't know why I think digging down to see the boys would help. It probably wouldn't. The boys are blocking me out. I can't think why. I've been nothing but a good and kind, a benevolent dictator to them. What more could they want from me? Boys, be afraid, but just a little bit. Look at him. He's scary, isn't he? Are you scared, sir? It's like, no. I've spent the last 6 months in this hole and the zombie has yet to get me. I'm not afraid. Understandably so. I wish... I wish the boys were afraid. Maybe they need jobs to do, but they didn't need jobs to do the other day. What's changed? Why aren't the boys summoning the Iron Men anymore? Okay, it's fine. We're moving on. I don't care anymore. Nothing matters. Some things matter. Like my beautiful castle. Life is good. Ish. Okay, we return. What was I doing? I was making murder holes. Life is weird. I shall be back. Oh my god, you found a Reddit? Troubleshoot iron farm issues? Yes. Yes, anything. Anything to help me, please. I've never been this nerfed by an iron farm. Excuse me, just have to yawn. Okay, is it gonna let me... It's 2 years old, but maybe it will work. One can only hope. Please open. Okay, I guess it's not opening. I guess I'll open my phone. All is well. I'm losing the plot. Thank you. I will review. But not right now. Right now I will be back shortly with a refilled glass of wine for my troubles. There's nothing like wine, baby. There's so many things that are probably like better than. Oh my god, I love it. I love the minute I get up from my computer. My own. Oh, grand. My own desktop opens. Don't even worry about it. It's fine. I wanted to share my desktop with the world. Whilst I was not there to supervise the world. That's all good. Okay. This is the Grackle face reveal all over again. The gang is doxing themselves left, right, and center. Hello, sir. Why is your brother not... He's just ignoring me. This is what has become of me, the queen of this kingdom. These bastards don't know who they are snubbing. Snubbing's a good word, we should use that more often. Every streamer has to dox themselves at least once. It's true. Well, it's not true, but okay, that one needs to stay there then. But I imagine it happens quite often. It's easy to do. That's right. Bots, come and steal all my money. I have so much of it. I also just lost my frame privileges. Oh no, they're back now. I don't know what levels I wish to put. Why did I build a nether portal here? Why did I build a nether portal here? It's a bad place for a nether portal. I guess I'll go get a diamond pickaxe then, so I can move it. Wow. Blanked again. By my own subjects. This is the portal room. It is the portal room. And I think I will keep it the portal room, but I think I want to drop the portal room down slightly so that I can... like the floor of the portal room down so that I can keep the floors semi-even, if that makes sense. We're gonna go back. We're going to go make a diamond. Okay, I think I'm maybe gonna give the game another 20 minutes, and then I think my brain is telling me I need to go to bed, perhaps, at 6 p.m. But never fear. I can stream tomorrow, because A, I'm not working, and B, Garaggle hasn't taken the streaming slot that I wish to use. Idiots in Japan. Left all the stream. Going to bed at 6 p.m. is very real and relatable. Right, sometimes I remember as a kid desperately bargaining with my parents to stay up. And now I'm like, is it too early? Does this make me a coward? If I go to bed now. The only problem is I haven't yet decided on what I wish to do with myself when I go to bed. I cannot sleep without medication. So I generally have to... Let's make some item frames. It's just another thing that I have to get done. So it generally takes me like an hour to an hour and a half to actually fall asleep, regardless of how tired I am. And I have to think of something to do to entertain me so that I don't get the fear. Yeah, Wandering Trader, he's about Azel. Sir! How dare you! Peeping into my home. Disgusting, man. He's never got anything good either. Anyway, I have to find things to do with myself before I fall asleep. And I just finished a book that I was reading, and now I feel empty because I haven't yet found something else to fill that void. That's all. I just need to find another book or like TV show to watch that will keep me occupied until I fall asleep. Okay, why did I do that? Also, where did my item frame go? Ooh. I only sleep for 2-3 hours at my time. 2 or 3 hours at a time these days. That's what I'm like without medication. I may, if I'm like particularly exhausted, fall asleep for a couple of hours, and then wake up again. And it's not convenient, actually. Okay, I need to stop doing the same thing over and over again. Far out. Okay. And I'm crouching. That's what the issue is. Okay. So even last night, I woke up at like 1 a.m. for a little while, and then I had to take more medication to fall asleep again. So medication is definitely a blessing. It is not perfect, but it helps. And that's all a girl can ask for. Okay, let's go to sleep, and then we can move a nether portal. Also, I've once again lost my frame privileges. Sometimes the frames just go away for a little while. Thank God for sleep meds. Absolutely. Honestly, the worst, not to get deep or anything, but the worst my mental health has ever been is when the dosage of my sleep medication I was on stopped working. I also had a lot of other like really stressful things happening in my life, which coincided with needing to up my dosage. And also the medication I take helps me fall asleep. It doesn't help me stay asleep. I now take a combination of medication that does that. But yeah, the worst my mental health was, I was sleeping maybe 2 hours a night if I was lucky. And I felt I was so sleep deprived. On top of dealing with already bad mental health, I felt like a toddler. In the sense that I was so emotional about everything. Mild inconvenience, crying my eyes out. And then the next minute I'm like, oh, I'm fine. Actually, it wasn't that big a deal, but it felt like the biggest deal in the world. Sleep is important. Love to sleep. Sleep deprivation can cause hallucinations and all sorts of other psychological problems. And people don't realize that it's actually really important. It's important in both like for your body physically, for your body to repair itself, but also for your brain to clean itself up, for want of a better word. I know so many kids, like teenagers, and I was similar. I was the same, in fact. That take pride in like hardly sleeping. Like, no, this is actually a really bad thing for you to do to your brain. Your brain needs to sleep. It's why it does it. It serves an important function. If it didn't, we would have evolved to not sleep, or would have evolved to sleep for like 1 or 2 hours. That's not the case. Go to fucking bed. Come on. I forget how long obsidian takes to break. Sometimes we take a brief break from talking about Minecraft to talk about the time I lost my fucking mind because I couldn't sleep. I remember pulling all-nighters as a teenager just because I thought it was cool. Yeah. Like, why did we do that? What was that about? Go to sleep. Sleep is great. Like, obviously once or twice off, it's not the end of the world. humans are pretty resilient, but also, like, I did it a couple of times. I was like, this isn't fun. I'm having a bad time. Like, it's painful to stay awake. Why am I doing this? I just realized I forgot to bring a lighter with me. Okay, so basically, this is the level that I want the floor to come in at. So let's put that in. There's something about teenagers that makes them want to brag about suffering. It's true. Actually, that's a good point. Teenagers are a disaster. It's basically the long and short of it. I have 3 teenage siblings now, although one of them is 19, and in the military, so hardly a child anymore, despite still technically being a teenager. But I have 2 teenage siblings that still live at my parents' house, and it's fun. I love them to bits. My sister particularly. Like, I take her to and from school at least once a week. And God, I love her to bits. But I'm so glad I'm not a teenager anymore. The way she talks about things and, like, her experiences and even starting a new school. At the beginning of the year, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad that's not my life anymore. It's so good not to be a teenager. I remember being so excited to be a teenager. I think there's part of me that is very nostalgic for my teenage years, but I think it's more nostalgic for what I missed out on. Nostalgic for an idea of being a teenager that I never got to. Wherever I put this nether portal, it's going to end up wonky if I do the classic shape, which is annoying, but everything feels so huge when you're that age. That's exactly it, because you haven't experienced that much. And I remember at the time thinking, like, well, I've actually been through quite a lot, which was true. But I still hadn't experienced that much in the scheme of things. I was like, yeah, well, I've got a good perspective on things because I've been through XYZ. Bullshit, you do. You have a perspective. Okay, I hope this nether portal shenanigan makes sense. I need to go like that. And then like that. And then I'm gonna drop the whole floor down. Then I'm probably gonna log off, even though I was really excited to stream for a long time today. Because I do like doing longer streams and getting more done, but I actually am physically struggling to make my brain work. And can barely form sentences. Which is probably a good sign for my body that I need to rest. I fucked up. How did I fuck that up? 1, 2. How did I do that? Where did all my other obsidian go? I've lost the plot. Now I'm losing obsidian. No, I haven't. I know where it is. I haven't lost the obsidian. Oh, hell yeah. I appreciate hanging out with you too. I love having people to chat to while I do my delusional little things in Minecraft. It's good fun. I will probably stream probably similar time to when Graggle would normally stream. Stealing his stream slots, essentially, whilst Graggle is in Japan. But only on Wednesday. I don't work on Wednesday. So when I can stream on a Wednesday morning and not take Graggle's slot, as if I'm a threat. But normally I'm modding, so I will probably stream around a similar time. Maybe a little bit later because I like to get up. Maybe you shouldn't have come to Japan if you didn't want to steal his stream time. It's true, there is that very competitive part of me. Graggle is, for context, one of my best friends in real life. I'm not just bullying a random streamer, but I'm like, it would be funny. I'm gonna steal all his fans. Just for a bit. It'd be a funny bit. It wouldn't, it would break his heart. But it's also realistically never gonna happen. Also, I said a cruel thing. I suggested bullying and I lost my frame privileges. I'm down to 6 frames a second. This keeps... Okay, we're up to 22. We can deal with 22. Maybe Garaggle is the reason why I'm running into trouble. Maybe he's intimidated by me. I need to stop talking shit about my friend online. Minecraft does not tolerate bullying. You're so right. Oh, now I've got 60 frames, so... Oh. Frame rates are all over the shop today. Also taking a brief break, I realised I'm just staring at the wall on stream. That's because I was taking a sip of wine. Okay, so this little bit will be a bit sunken. This can be our portal room, which is fun. Like a little portal dungeon. I've been to the Nether once so far, in that I popped in. I popped into the Nether, you know, as you do. It was fine. Conversation pit. Oh my god. Ah! It's a cool portal room. It's not a 1970s conversation pit. It's a cool portal room. Welcome to my cool portal room. No conversations allowed here. Cool. A cool things only room. Fuck. Dimension jumping room, not conversation pit. Dear Lord. Oh yeah, conversation pits are great. They are a massive hazard. Like, if my flat had one, I would have broken my ankle already. Because I simply have no awareness of where my own body is in space. Okay, my lovely spooky conversation pit. I'm gonna have to have floors, but I think I might do that tomorrow. I get why they had a thing anymore. Yeah, massive hazard. But sometimes hazards are fun. Add a little drama to your day by breaking your ankles on the way to the kitchen. Houses need to be more fun. We don't make houses fun. Ah! Sorry. Conversation pit hater over here, apparently. Okay, he's not left me alone. Houses aren't fun anymore, was what I was trying to say. New builds are all rubbish and boring. No creativity. Stop. Oh, this man hates me. The sniper hates me. Dear, he's determined. Free skeleton for my castle. It's true. However, he's trying to kill me. Okay, cool. I've got about 3 frames a second on account of something. I'm running to bed where I'm not going to get shot by a horrible skinny man. Okay. Why do the cats always hide in the corner? Fuck. Skadoodle-doo. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways. Let's go save and quit and we'll Thank you for hanging out. I'm so tired. I genuinely, any computer is a laptop if you're brave enough. Thanks, Minecraft. That's good advice. Thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. It's genuinely been fun, apart from the fact my brain is not working. I'm so excited to go and lie in my bed, but I've got to wash my makeup off first. Oh, life is full of trials. Thank you so much. Peace and love. XOXO. Rat baby.